Hey guys, what's up, and thank you for clicking on my video, and welcome to the part 4 tutorial in your Adobe Photoshop training. And guys, in today's tutorial we're going to take a look at all the selection tools that are there in Adobe Photoshop. And guys, once we are done with the selection tools, I'll show you something about the selection tools or about the modes of selection tools in the property bar. And then guys, I'll teach you the different keyboard shortcuts that will really help you out when you are doing some selections. Okay, so guys, today's tutorial I think may go a little bit longer, alright, but I would recommend you people to stick down and watch it completely. Okay, so let's get started guys. Alright guys, so for explaining you the selection tools, I'm gonna be opening an image. Alright, I'm just gonna go and do a double click, and guys, I'm gonna import a few images which I think will really be awesome for explaining you guys this, I think. And say some really nice pictures over here of food. I'll just do an open. Okay, and yeah guys, in this tutorial all the images that I'm gonna use, they are not my property, okay, whatsoever. I do not own them, and they are the property of their respected owners. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna go and do a Control-0 for fit and view command. Alright, and then guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go under the Windows menu, arrange, I'm going to do match all, so that I do not have to go individually to every picture and press Control-0. Alright, and yeah, so firstly guys, when it comes to tools in Adobe Photoshop guys, always remember this one thing, okay, that every tool in Adobe Photoshop is located on your left hand side toolbar. Okay, there's this one toolbar. If you're using the Essentials workspace, the toolbar is going to be on your left hand side. Alright, and every tool, your selection tool, your smudge tool, hand tool, zoom tool, any kind of tool guys that is there in Adobe Photoshop is going to be located in this toolbar. Okay, and if you guys take a look at the toolbar properly, there are going to be actually guys, there are going to be most of the tools, okay, which will be having this small triangle, okay, like below them, or like a small triangle. And I'll just be back. Okay, I'm sorry about that guys. Alright, so yeah guys, in the toolbar guys, you'll see that most of the tools have this small triangle. Okay, basically guys, that means that this tool has many more tools, okay, behind it. So guys, what you have to do is, if you do a right click on that tool, you'll see that there is a small drop down menu which comes up. Okay, and okay, I'm sorry once again people. Alright, so yeah, if you do a right click on the tool, okay, you will see that there are many more tools located, okay, behind the tool. Alright, so you can go ahead and do that right click and select all these tools. One other way is, you know, you can hold down your left mouse button. Okay, if you are not comfortable clicking the right mouse button, you can hold on the left mouse button for some time, and you'll see that the drop down comes up again, and then you can go ahead and select the tools. Okay, now let's take a look at the selection tools. Now guys, there are basically some 7 tools, okay, as what I remember, not so sure guys, but there are these 3 types of tools. Okay, first is the marquee selection, second is the lasso selection, and the third is this magic wand and the quick selection. Alright, so let's take a look at the marquee selection tools. Okay, once again guys, the marquee selection tool is going to be located on, like, that's going to be the second tool, okay, on your toolbar. If you do a right click on the tool, you'll see that there are 4 tools, okay, available to you. But firstly guys, like, there are 4 tools available, but trust me on this one guys, 99% times you're going to be using only these 2 tools. So basically these are your important tools, and I'm going to be discussing all these 2 tools, okay, in today's tutorial. So firstly guys, let's get started with this rectangular marquee tool. Now when you click on it guys, the tool gets activated. Alright, and you basically guys, you can just go ahead and just drag a marquee. And actually guys, I'm going to go ahead and create a new blank document. Alright, so that you can see what I'm doing. Right, go ahead and press escape. Yeah, now if you see guys, okay, I have got my selection, and just assume that this is one of my images. Okay, and once you see that, I can just basically drag a marquee, alright, with my marquee selection tools, and if I want to deselect, I can just go ahead and click in the middle, or I can just go ahead and click somewhere else, and I'll lose my selection. Alright, so that's how you do it. Secondly guys, if you want to take your selections, or say your marquee selections, alright, in proper proportion, alright, just hold down your shift key and you'll see that the selection is now in proper proportion. Selection is in proper proportion. Alright, so that's how you do it, and just go ahead and use this tool. Now guys, listen up. There are some modes, okay, in the selection tool, and those modes, guys, are displayed on in your property bar over here. Okay, so say I have selected my rectangular marquee tool. Okay, the shortcut is M, and if you press M again and again, there's going to be toggling between these two tools. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and use my marquee selection. You know, there are these four modes, okay, for the selection. Right now guys, I am in the mode for drawing, or basically new selection. If I change my mode to add to selection, okay, if I click on it, the add to selection gets activated, and you'll see that there is my this one marquee selected. If I go ahead and click somewhere else, or like, okay, like somewhere else, okay, outside the marquee, you'll see that the marquee selection doesn't, like, I do not lose my selection. So basically what this mode is gonna do is it's actually gonna add to my selection. Okay, so like say if I drag one more marquee, you'll see that now I'll be having two marquees. Or basically when I do the add selection, and if I overlap them, okay, if I overlap my two selections, and if I let go, you'll see that it just joins. Okay, basically I am adding to my previous selections. If you people are familiar with Adobe, if you people are familiar with CorelDRAW, this can be related to the weld technique, okay, the weld and the trim technique. Similarly guys, we have this one subtract from selection, okay, mode. If you click on it, it is basically just gonna go ahead and subtract from your selection. So say I have made this one selection, and if I want to remove this part, okay, remove the small part of square, I'll just drag one more selection, and when I let go this time, you'll see that that part just gets out of my selection. Okay, basically I just deselect that much area. So that's how selections work. Okay, and lastly guys, we have this one mode, which is the intersect mode. Okay, then if you just drag a marquee, okay, everything which is intersecting, okay, but in my previous selection and in my new selection, only that much area will remain selected. Okay, so if I let go now, you'll see that only that much area has been selected, right? So that's very important. And alright, so now let's take a look at the circular or the elliptical marquee tool. And guys, basically frankly guys, everything, okay, every marquee selection is like at least these two, the rectangular marquee, everything that you have learned right now till now, okay, in my 7-minute tutorial, can be applied in the elliptical marquee tool also. Okay, and guys, just remember this part: when you are making a selection, okay, say that you made a selection, and guys, you switch to your move tool, right? You press the V key on your keyboard to switch to the move tool, and if you are somewhere inside your selection, and if you move this thing, you are actually gonna cut those pixels. Okay, basically you will be transferring all these pixels to another area, revealing your background color, or basically the image which is behind this image. Okay, so just remember on this part. And if you want to move your selection, guys, okay, make sure that you are in your selection tool. Okay, so if I dragged a marquee selection, I should be in my marquee selection tool, right? And once I'm in my marquee selection tool, now I can freely just take my selection anywhere I want. Okay, so that's very, very important. And yeah, so that's how you use the two marquee selection tools, that is a rectangular marquee and the elliptical marquee tool. Right? The real magic of these two tools are, you know, is really when you have to combine them with all these different modes. Okay, say that if I go ahead and if I just try to show you guys, okay, a real life thing, like say in my selection, like if I can, you know, I can just go ahead and drag a marquee selection, okay, around these cherries to select them, then I can move them, okay, to properly place my selection. And then I feel that I should be adding this class of water beer, whatever it is, right, to my selection. I can just change my mode, alright, to add to selection, and then I'll be able to drag one more marquee, and you know, you'll see that I just welded those two selections, or basically I just add to the selection. So that's very, very good and important. Similarly guys, I can go ahead and select the whole area, that is this part as well, and just say that I should be making it around here. Yeah. And now if I want, guys, I can take this proper image, okay, to some new image, okay, which I want to put it in. And that's the real beauty of using selections on your images, okay, for adding really nice effects to your things. All right, and that's it. Okay, so